Good YouTube, Quinn Wade. Coming to you with that instant basketball analysis on Analysis Playground on YouTube, exclusively on there forever. And we're going to talk about how the Rockets ended up beating the Utah Jazz 140 to 106. The Rockets go to 48 and 29 and 28 and 10 at home. The Jazz go to 21 and 57, 8 and 30 on the road. And Houston did win the season series 3-1, as they should have. And they only lost one game to them this season. They won't see them again into next season because the Jazz is in a play-in or a playoff team. The Houston Rockets win the first quarter 34-22. The second quarter was won by the Rockets 35-28. Third quarter was won by the Rockets 38-28. And the fourth quarter was also won by the Rockets 33-28. They actually just went out there and just got it done quick. And sometimes that's what you need to do if you want to stay healthy as you can be and still win the game. Kyle Filipowski, 30 minutes, 17 points. He went 8 of 16 from the field, 0 of 4 from 3, 1 of 1 from the free throw line. He did get 7 rebounds, 2 assists, no turnovers in the steal. He did also foul out of this game. He had 2 offensive rebounds and was a minus 22 in plus minus. He couldn't really knock down the shots from 3, but he's still showing you that he's getting better scoring near the paint. And he's getting better at just being a consistent rebounder. He has the size. He has a little bit of athleticism and mobility. You just want to see him continue to be a better rim protector and just a better passer and a better shooter when it comes to being consistent. And that's all you can really ask for him in the future. Cody Williams had another big game, 38 minutes. He had 27 points. He went 10 of 16 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3, 7 of 10 from the free throw line. He did have 11 rebounds, so he finished with a double-double. That was really good to see him score the way that he's really been scoring. He's trying to score. He wants to score. He feels like he can be good at it. And I just didn't see that from him until these last couple months. And it's good to see him do it. The thing is that they have so many guys that can score when this team is fully healthy. What will his role really be after this season? He did have 2 turnovers and 4 assists, 5 offensive rebounds, 2 personal fouls, and a minus 29 and plus minus. Bryce Cinnabog played 33 minutes. He had 20 points. He went 7 of 16 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3, 4 of 5 from the free throw line, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, 6 turnovers, and a block. No personal fouls, and a minus 22 and plus minus. Good scoring from him. Just the mid range, the outside shot is really working. It opens up his ability to drive because you have to play him closer to make sure he doesn't get those comfortable looks off. And it ends up working out for him for that reason. And then John Concord played 30 minutes. He had 3 points. He went 1 of 4 from 3, 1 of 7 from the field. He had 5 rebounds. He had 3 assists, no turnovers, 2 steals, and a block. He did everything besides score, really. And this one, he also had 2 offensive rebounds, 2 personal fouls. It was a minus 24 and plus minus. Ace Bailey played 33 minutes. He was scoring in the paint. He was scoring from the perimeter with the pull-up jumper. He was able to get some threes to fall, but not enough of them. He went 2 of 8 from 3, 9 of 17 from the field, and 2 of 3 from the free throw line. He had 6 boards, 1 assist, 2 turnovers, and a block. 4 personal fouls and a minus 17 and plus minus. He's coming on really, really strong these last 2 months. And this is what you thought he can be on the offensive end. This is what you seen in college and in high school. And now they're seeing it for the Jazz. And like I said, once that jump shot becomes more dangerous, he's going to be a tough guard for any defender because he has the size and he has a decent handle and he has length. Oscar, 21 minutes, 15 points. He went 7 of 11 from the field. He went 1 of 3 from the free throw line. He had 10 rebounds and he finished with a double-double. He also had 1 assist, 2 turnovers, and 2 steals, 8 offensive rebounds, 3 personal fouls, and a minus 15 and plus minus. Just a really, really good inside game from him, and some defense play from him a little bit throughout this one too. And he really just did whatever he wanted to on the glass when the competition was a little weaker, but he still had to play hard and do what he could while he was still out there, so it still makes sense for him to do those things. And then Kennedy, 25 minutes, 2 points, 1 of 9 from the field, 0 of 1 from 3, 1 rebound, 4 assists, 1 turnover, 3 personal fouls, and he was a minus 20 and plus minus. The man couldn't make a shot. In this one, he had some decent looks. He had some that really felt like he could make them, but it just didn't happen for him. And then Biz played 29 minutes. He went 0-4 from the field, 0-2 from three. He had 2 rebounds, 2 assists, no turnovers, 2 steals, and a block. The 2 steals ended up being the most off the bench and most with John Concar. They all had two. He had one personal foul and was a minus 21 and plus minus. Gave you a little bit of defense, gave you some little activity when it came to passing and rebounding, but it would have been helpful if he would have scored a couple baskets too. And then the Houston Rockets, they was able to empty their bench. All of their starters did what they were supposed to do, and that was dominate the starters of the Jazz. They're young, so their defense wasn't where it needed to be. They was the better shooters. They was the better scorers, basically in all facets of the game, and they got this one done real well. Kevin Wayne Durant, 30 minutes, 25 points. He went 8 of 12 from the field, 2 of 4 from three, 7 of 8 from the free throw line. The fadeaway, the mid range, the pull up, the threes, all was there for him. There's another day at work for Kevin Durant. He's a professional scorer, and they couldn't really guard him. They couldn't really stop him. So when they tried to, they even was fouling him too, because it was just that hard to get him to not take the shots the way he wanted to. He had 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 turnovers, and 2 blocks. 2 personal fouls, a plus 24 and plus minus. Jabari Smith Jr., 24 minutes, 18 points. He went 6 of 16 from the field, 4 of 8 from three, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. 5 rebounds, 1 turnover, 1 steal, 1 offensive rebound, 1 personal foul, plus 11 and plus minus. The scoring was really there for him, especially from three. Of course, he can hit some other shots. He didn't do that as well in this one, but you just like that he defended, rebounded, and shot and spaced the floor real well and kept the ball moving. And then Alperen Sengun played 28 minutes. He had 19 points. He went 8 of 12 from the field. He went 0 of 2 from three, 3 of 6 from the free throw line. He had 4 rebounds, 5 assists, and 3 turnovers. He also had 3 personal fouls and was a plus 16 and plus minus. Just a really good game, attacking the rim, taking his time a little bit, feeling what's there, feeling what's ain't there, and just trying to adjust and counter the best way he can where he was at on the court. And then Amen Thompson, 32 minutes, 21 points. He went 7 of 11 from the field, 7 of 9 from the free throw line. He had 8 rebounds. That ended up being the most on the team. He also had 4 assists, 1 turnover, 2 steals. The 2 steals ended up being the most in the starting lineup, which is nothing new for Amen Thompson. He also had 1 offensive rebound, 1 personal foul, was a plus 14 and plus minus. He just knows when to attack. He knows when to go up for shots. He knows how to get those angles and doing direct drawing line drives. It turns into easy buckets for him, even if it's assisted. And he can also find people just by keeping his head up and just being ready to make the play whenever he sees what the defense is doing in front of him. And then Reed Shepherd started again. He played 29 minutes and gave him 12 points. He went 4 of 10 from the field and went 4 of 8 from three, basically meaning he made all his threes, but he made half his threes, and they need him to do that. And he also can defend a little bit. He also can find teammates a little bit. He had 7 assists, so he found his teammates cutting, driving, and even just for good looks that was obvious for him. They just had to get the ball and see what they was going to do with it after that. He had 2 rebounds, and then he had 1 personal foul and was a plus 27 plus minus. Not the most explosive game from Reed Shepherd, not the craziest number game for Reed Shepherd, but he did all the things that they need him to do to help them get this win. And then Jeff Green, 7 minutes. He went 0 of 3 from the field. He missed his only three. He had 1 assist, no turnovers, and 2 personal fouls. He was a plus 3 and plus minus. Dorian Finney-Smith, 9 minutes, 7 points. He went 3 of 4 from the field, 1 of 2 from three. 2 rebounds, 1 assist, no turnovers, 1 offensive rebound, no personal fouls, and he was a plus 9 and plus minus. This is a good game from him, knowing where to be at on the court and just being ready to score. Jayshawn Tate, 12 minutes, 7 points. He went 3 of 5 from the field, 1 of 1 from the free throw line. He had 6 rebounds and 2 assists. He also had no turnovers, 1 offensive rebound, 1 personal foul, and was a plus 5 and plus minus. Tari Eason, he gave them a good night. He played a lot of minutes as a bench guy. 22 minutes, 16.7 to 10 from the field, 2 of 3 from the 3-point line. He had 7 rebounds. It ended up being the most off the bench. He also had 1 turnover, 3 offensive boards, 2 personal fouls, and was a plus 17 and plus minus. And he was all over the court. And you have to like the fact that he just wasn't trying to shoot all the time. Because sometimes it worked for him, sometimes he didn't. He had a good dose of it because he ended up taking three. But he is showing you that he's trying to get better. He's trying to improve, and he's trying to be one of their more reliable players. And that's what you want from him. He's an important piece to this team. Clint Capella, 13 minutes, he had 2 points. He went 1 of 2 from the field. He had 4 rebounds. He had 1 assist, no turnovers, 1 steal, 2 blocks. 2 of his offensive rebounds was 2 of his 4 rebounds was offensive. He had no personal foul. Was a plus 15 and plus minus. Aaron Holiday, 18 minutes, 6 points, 2 of 5 from the field, 2 of 4 from three, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. The 3 assists ended up being the most off the bench. He also had 1 turnover and a steal, 1 offensive rebound, 4 personal fouls, and was a plus 8 and plus minus. And then Aaron Holiday ended up going 2 of 4 from three and 2 of 5 from the field. Gave them a little scoring, gave them some good push to get some guys some good looks. He went and got 3 assists, had 2 rebounds, 1 turnover, and a steal. He also had 1 offensive rebound, 4 personal foul, was a plus 8 and plus minus. Josh Okogie, 10 minutes. He ended up making his only shot. He also had no turnovers, but he had 2 steals, which was really good. That actually was the most off the bench. He also had no personal foul, was a plus 20 and plus minus. J.D. Davison, 7 minutes, 5 points. He made 3 of 4 from the free throw line, made his only 2 pointer. And then he had 1 rebound, no steals, no turnovers, 1 personal foul, and was a plus 1 and plus minus. 92 field goals from the Rockets. They ended up shooting 55% from the field, 45 from the field for the Jazz. They shot 96 field goals. And then 32 3-pointers taken by the Rockets. They shot 47%. That was above average. And then you look at the Jazz, they shot 19% from three. They only took 27, but that's below average, so that helps you get blown out when your opponent shoots that well from the field and from three. And then on top of that, they ended up taking 8 more free throws because the Rockets took 30. They ended up shooting 77%, 68%. The Jazz ended up shooting from the free throw line on their 22 attempts. And then 46 rebounds for the Rockets, 45 for the Jazz, 30 assists for the Rockets, 22 for the Jazz, 10 turnovers for the Rockets, 13 for the Jazz, 8 steals for the Rockets, 7 for the Jazz, 5 blocks for the Rockets, 4 for the Jazz, 10 offensive rebounds for the Rockets, 17 for the Jazz, 36 defensive rebounds for the Rockets, 28 for the Jazz, and then 18 personal fouls for the Rockets, 21 for the Jazz. Man, the Rockets really had it going. They played real well in the beginning, defended real well, made things tough, made them have to work for their baskets and for their plays in general. And then they just was able to keep the scoring up and was able to continue to score it easy and do it throughout the entire game from everywhere on the court. And then they was also able to find a way to get to the line and dominate there too. And the Jazz, they have a lot of scorers. They have a lot of potential next year. Not so much this year, but a lot of guys are seeing what they can do, what they can be. They auditioning for their livelihood in the NBA. Some of these guys most likely won't be on the team, or they might increase their trade value in the offseason or during the regular season next year. But we do need to see what these other pieces of the Jazz is going to be and who they're really going to keep and who they want to build on. Since we don't really know enough about it and we still seeing some other guys right now playing real good basketball to a certain extent, makes it interesting. But the Rockets, we know for sure they're a playoff team. We know for sure that they're going to be a tough team to defend even in the playoffs. But we do know that they do have some holes and some weaknesses and some things that other teams can exploit. Will they be able to patch it up? Will they be able to fix it enough to be able to win a couple series? That's the question mark. But right now, they have been one of the better regular season teams, and they proved that again tonight. Comment, like, subscribe, share. Hit the notification bell also to get the analysis when it first come out. Y'all stay blessed up. Y'all stay good. Peace. And I'll see y'all later today, man, with more analysis.